no more struggle. My team win the game, put our face on the cover, brother. We the champions.
Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A quick throw complete to Chark. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. And it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Romeo Okwara shooting in there and dropping him for the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Goff escaping the pressure right. Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll roll him out right. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Well, there's no doubt that Curtis Samuel and Washington would both welcome a redo at his first year there. Injuries kept him to less than 100 snaps across 5 games. Everyone's hoping a return to health gets him back on track, where he's making a push for his first 1,000-yard season in Carolina. That catch there, good for a first down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
They'll run with Gibson.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr., his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Finding space at the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now Goff on first down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
He's airing it out for Williams. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Swift. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They fake the give. Now Wentz rolling to his left. Got a man. It's Gibson complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 14, first down Commanders.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A run here for J.D. McKissic.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz.
Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders have taken the lead.
Wentz going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. can't get rid of it. So a sack on the two-point try. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Picked off by Dante Hightower.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On the counter, Gibson.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Wentz on third down. Got his target, Samuel.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Goff. He's airing it out for Williams.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Gone. it's St. Brown. He's got it. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the gun, here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown! Jameson Williams with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On first down, Wentz. That's Samuel, caught left side. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Working with a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Wentz again. And he finds McLaurin. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Wentz. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal.
It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that'll make this a 7-point game. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down. Wentz now to throw.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
And he's got room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd and 2. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead now up to 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Here we go on fourth. Goff. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a first down.
Goff on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Second down and 7. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 65 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Only 7 players crossed 1,000 yards rushing last season, and one of them was Gibson, who made a big jump forward in his second season. Entering his 3rd campaign, he cemented himself as one of the building blocks for the Commanders.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. They run the jet sweep. Dotson. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners.
Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, he scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Commanders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Flushed out right. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Goff now looks to throw.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and that will force a turnover on downs. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped it 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal.
He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away.
Sly able to put this one through. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Goff. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Out to his left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Goff throwing complete for Swift. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Here's Goff. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Goff. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing the Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Fitu Melifonwu up to make the tackle there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Gibson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire.